She was known for one thing before anything else. She's always there. That sentence followed her everywhere. At work, among friends, in relationships. If someone needed help, Elara answered. If someone needed time, she made space. If someone needed reassurance, she stayed. Not because she was weak, but because she believed availability was love. She believed that showing up consistently would make her valuable. That being dependable would make her irreplaceable. And at first it worked. People praised her. They relied on her. They said things like, "I don't know what I'd do without you." Those words felt good. They felt like proof. Elara answered messages immediately, canceled her plans without complaint, adjusted her schedule to fit everyone else's needs. She told herself this was maturity, that this was what reliable people did. But something subtle was happening. Something she didn't notice at first. The appreciation began to fade. Requests became expectations. Gratitude turned into assumption. Her presence became predictable. And predictability, quietly, began to erase her value. At work, her ideas were no longer acknowledged the way they once were. She was assigned extra tasks, not because she was respected, but because she was available. In friendships, people reached out only when they needed something, rarely to ask how she was doing. In relationships, her effort was no longer matched, because it didn't have to be. She was always there. And humans, whether they admit it or not, value what feels limited. Elara felt the shift before she understood it. She felt it in the delayed replies she still answered instantly. In the plans others canceled casually. Plans she would never have dared cancel. She felt it in the way people no longer checked if she was okay. She was present everywhere, yet strangely absent from her own life. One evening, exhausted, Elara sat alone scrolling through messages. Unread conversations, requests, expectations, and a thought surfaced that unsettled her. When did being needed stop feeling like being valued? That night, she opened a book she had once dismissed as too cynical. The 48 Laws of Power. She didn't expect it to speak to her life. But one line stopped her. Not word for word, but the idea struck clearly. Constant availability makes you common. Scarcity creates respect. The book spoke of power not as cruelty, but as perception. And suddenly, Elara saw her life differently. She realized something uncomfortable. She had removed all mystery from herself, all distance, all sense of limit. People knew she would respond. They knew she would show up. They knew she would accommodate. There was no uncertainty. And without uncertainty, there was no appreciation. The book described how rulers, leaders, and influential figures throughout history did not remain constantly accessible. Not because they didn't care, but because distance creates value. Presence when unlimited loses impact. Elara closed the book feeling unsettled. Not angry. Awakened. The next day, she didn't change dramatically. She didn't announce boundaries. She didn't explain herself. She simply paused. She didn't reply immediately. She didn't overextend. She let some messages wait. And something interesting happened. People noticed. Not because they missed her, but because access to her had changed. At work, colleagues followed up more carefully. Meetings she once rushed to attend suddenly adjusted to her schedule. In friendships, some people faded away quietly. Others leaned in with curiosity. In relationships, effort was either returned or exposed. And that was the hardest part. Elara learned that when you stop being constantly available, you don't lose everyone. You lose the ones who only valued access. And keeping them had been costing her more than she realized. She remembered another principle from the 48 Laws of Power. Do not make yourself too accessible. The more you are seen and heard, the more common you appear. For the first time, she understood this not as manipulation, but as self-respect. Elara began choosing when to engage instead of reacting to every demand. She reclaimed her time slowly, quietly. And with each choice, something shifted inside her. She felt lighter, clearer, and paradoxically, more respected. People listened more when she spoke less. Her presence felt intentional, not automatic. She wasn't chasing importance anymore. She was embodying it. Some called her distant. Others said she had changed. They were right, but not in the way they thought. She hadn't become cold. She had become selective. She learned the hidden lesson most people learn too late. Being available all the time doesn't make you valuable. It makes you predictable. And predictability is rarely respected. Elara still cared. She still showed up, but now by choice. Not from guilt. Not from fear of being replaced. But from alignment. The final realization arrived quietly. She hadn't lost power by stepping back. She had found it. Because power, she learned, isn't about controlling others. It's about not giving yourself away without intention. And the lesson she carried forward, the one life rarely teaches gently, was this. The moment you stop being endlessly available, people either rise to meet you, or reveal why they never deserved you. If this story felt familiar, it's because many people learn this lesson only after exhaustion forces it into view. For more of this content, like, comment and subscribe.